Remember when we said we'd stay together now until forever? Just us, just us.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessica Hickson, and I spent 5 years working my way up to the top of an MLM before realizing they're just not all that they're cracked up to be. My goal with this channel is to rescue some Huns, to prevent some from becoming Huns, and to also give those a voice who have left the Hunbot industry like myself.
It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling.
All right, guys, we're actually going to skip a small business shout out today because this is just going to be a continuation of the part 1 of the QSciences opportunity Zoom. If you need a little bit of a refresher, I crashed the opportunity Zoom that all of the It Works reps that just moved over to QSciences were posting about when they first initially left. In the first part of this video, we just kind of went over the main girl, the #1 income earner story, and how she came about QSciences and why she loves QSciences. And now, is it QSciences or QScience? I'm going to say QSciences because I feel like I've seen that the most. Either way, today we're going to go more into the compensation plan and how all of that works and why they believe that this is the best compensation plan in the industry for this #1 fastest growing company. Aren't they all? In case you haven't noticed, I am standing for this video. I've been having some problems with my hips lately, and sitting for a long period of time really hurts my hips. It like sends shooting pain down my legs. A little bit of an update if you have been following me on Instagram. I was having trouble getting into a physical therapist. Well, I finally got into one, so I have an appointment next week. Thank God, because these hips are killing me. But it feels better to just be standing for long periods of time for whatever reason. So I'm going to be standing for this video. I'm not sure how it's going to go. I'm going to try not to shift back and forth too much, but I'm not making any promises. We're just going to roll with it and see how it goes. So let's just go ahead and jump into part 2 of this QSciences opportunity Zoom.
And then our probiotic is just kind of a one-stop shop for gut health, which is obviously so important. So if you're looking for where to start, I encourage you to start with core, and then every other product we have is like icing on the cake. It's just a bonus, but this is the best place to start in my opinion. These are some before and afters from our collagen. So we have liquid collagen. It's a full matrix collagen. It's medical grade. There's 4 different types of collagen in these bottles.
Okay, you guys have seen me refer to, what is I think it's called Modere. You've seen me refer to them as the Jizz on a Spoon company because every time that they're like promoting their product, they put whatever it is, I think it's collagen, they put it on a spoon and they take a picture of them like with this seemingly jizz going in their mouth on a spoon. That's like the type of marketing that they use for this one too, which is just funny to me. Okay, so I wanted to look up the price of core because they were saying like, you know, this is a great place to start. So I figured it was probably like the most expensive product. So as I'm going through their products, you see like $65, $62, $62. There's a lot of $62 and $65 products. Like I don't see really any that are more expensive than that. Oh wait, the collagen is $100. Everything else like 55, 60, 65. There's a 42. And then you get to the core. Would you guys like to know how much the core is for your daily vitamins? $175. No wonder they want you to start with that. Crazy. It's for a 30-day supply too. Yikes.
One of them is specifically for beauty, hair, skin, nails. The other one has all of those benefits, plus it has protein in it to help with muscle growth and just repairing your muscles, especially after a workout. And then we have a collagen serum and an overnight gold collagen cream. So the before and
go wrap your hair and stuff.
The before and afters are pretty incredible. So these are both a week apart. You can believe that. It's pretty awesome. So this is one of our top 5 selling products. Our terpenes. I love our terpenes. I get really excited to talk about them for a couple different reasons. One, I love how they make me feel. But from a business standpoint, we are the first to bring these to market. You cannot go literally anywhere and buy a liquid terpene elixir like this.
I want to say, like, first of all, I can't speak on their products. I've never used their products. I've actually heard really good things about their products, though. However, I don't know if she's talking about the first on the market in MLM or like the first on the market in general, because I have definitely used terpenes before they're legal, from like dispensaries in Missouri. Not trying to get myself in trouble here, but like you can get them other places. She's trying to make it out to be like, you need to like sign on with us because you can't get these anywhere else. So they're going to be like a hot product, but you can get them other places.
So this is not hemp. This is legal worldwide, which is really important being a global company. Right now, we currently have 4 different types of terpenes, but the sky is the limit with what we can do with this because it's literally made from plants. Slumber is for sleep. Comfort is for any discomfort in your body.
I should clarify that my terpene was for sleep. So it was just like a thing I put underneath my tongue to help me sleep. So I wasn't doing like anything crazy.
Create helps you focus. So if you get distracted easily, you're going to love Create because it just makes you hyper focus. And then Chill is one of my personal favorites because I am somebody who deals with feelings of anxiety, specifically in social situations. And Chill just makes me feel chill. Anytime I go speak on a stage, I like down half a bottle of Chill and I feel great. It works really, really quickly. And I have no doubt that you'll love these. Our vitamin sprays are really unique. So the fastest way to get a vitamin or actually anything into your system is through an IV. The second fastest way is sublingually under your tongue. So when you spray these sprays under your tongue, it's like instant. So we have vitamin C, vitamin D3, vitamin B12, a boost spray for blood sugar and metabolism, relief spray for any discomfort in your body. And then our number 1 best-selling product per unit is the sleep spray. You guys, so many people struggle with falling asleep. I get it. Our minds just race at night at the end of the day. And if you do a couple sprays under your tongue of sleep spray, you will pass out so fast. I give a couple sprays to my kids at night. It's a mom's best friend, I promise you. It works really quickly. I have no doubt that you're going to love it. So,
I mean, I don't know if it is like for kids. I don't know if it is safe for kids or like approved for kids, but that seems, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't even give my kids melatonin though. Like when they were younger, I used to give my kids melatonin, but melatonin gives me nightmares. Like even the smallest amount, I get nightmares from melatonin. So I can only imagine what it's doing to my kids. So I don't even give them melatonin. And no judgment if you do, but I don't even do that. So maybe that's why I'm so sketched out about the sleep spray for your kids. But also notice how they have a solution to any problem that you could possibly have. Because they want to be able to, like, if you're like, oh no, I'm not interested, they want to be able to hit those pain points,
You obviously have some inflammation in your body, right? So like, where are you hurting? Oh, perfect. I have the perfect solution for that. Do you poop every day? If not, then you definitely need one of our digestive system things.
Like they have a solution to every single problem because they want to sell you something no matter what.
Add the sleep spray to your core for sure, because it's a game changer. This is Dr. Stephen Kimberly. He's our Chief Science Officer. He's the guy that Mark Wilson partnered with when he was starting Q. He was the editor-in-chief of WebMD for 15 years.
It's funny that we're still not talking about the one guy that I asked about in the chat who is very controversial, has some negative things attached to his name. I just noticed in my camera, you guys can like see my dry shampoo and everything, but we're going to roll with it. You know what? I'm normal, okay? I'm relatable. And I'm looking like a mess today, but I have to get some stuff filmed, so.
He's a naturopath and internal medicine doctor. He has incredibly high standards, and if it's not quintessential, he'll say absolutely not. He won't put it on our website. So we are always capitalizing on market trends, which you'll see with collagen and terpenes and everything else that we do. We keep up. We know that science doesn't stand still, and so neither do we, which is amazing, especially like I said earlier, when it comes to owning our products. So we are always getting into new markets and new verticals. Speaking of that, at our convention in January in Salt Lake City, January 26th to the 28th, we are launching a new vertical. That's going to be huge. Earlier today on a call, Jake said that the average price point, I think, was going to be between like $7 and I don't know what the other dollar amount, maybe $730. It's going to be huge. I don't know how much I can say on it, but it's going to be huge, and that's really exciting. We move quickly here.
You know what would really upset me if I was a part of QScience is the fact that like one of the It Works leaders is on this Zoom, obviously the 18-year-old, and when the number one income earner was having trouble remembering what corporate told them about this product price point, the 18-year-old started like trying to help her because she was there when they were like telling everyone all this insider information. As someone who's like been with QScience, I feel QScience is whatever. I feel like that would really upset me. The fact that like, you know, I've been with this company for X amount of time. Sure, I'm not at the top rank of the company, but they just paid these people to come over from another company. And now they're telling them all of this insider information when I've been loyal to this company for how long? And I don't know any of that insider information. So like, I mean, I'm probably going to do an entire video on whether they got bonuses or not after I have my meeting with my QSciences friend. I'm probably going to do a separate video on that, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. I'll leave it at that.
We're very fast paced, and some people don't like that, but some people really do. I happen to love how quickly we move. So this is a little quick snapshot of our quality assurance standards. You'll see these little icons on all of our products that they apply to. We do third-party testing. Each bottle of the hemp has its own unique QR code that you can scan, and it shows you all the testing for that specific batch. All right, this is kind of like a shift in conversation, okay? I shared with you guys my story. If you don't know by now, I'm a very open book. I just lay it all out there for you. So when I came into Q, we had about $50,000 of credit card debt with no light at the end of the tunnel. We had all of our credit cards maxed out. Our credit score was in the 500s. That allows you to do just nothing. When you partner with us at Q, we're really big on intrinsic value. Yes, the business opportunity here is amazing. Yes, the products are great, but what else can we offer you? One of the things is a free financial coach. We have a financial freedom movement. We are not a flashy company. We don't have a car program because car programs are kind of scams. I got caught in one before. It was a terrible financial decision on our part, my part. I'll take the blame. My husband was against it from the beginning. From day one, you guys, the second you partner with us, you don't have to have sold a product. You don't have to have signed up a business partner. You get access to a coach.
Okay, so on one hand, I love this idea. On the other hand, I feel like there has to be an ulterior motive here. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me being a pessimist about MLMs and I don't see much positive in them. So it's hard for me to believe that they're like employing people, paying people to give like free advice to their reps, having just gotten into the company, even if they haven't made the company a single penny, giving them that free service. I just have a hard time believing that. But I also love the fact that this is a thing because I know when I first started making money in the MLM, I've been open with you guys about the fact that I have nothing to show for it. Like I don't know where the money went. I made a good chunk of money even after the money that I put into it after expenses. I still made a good chunk of money. I have nothing to show for it. Like even our cars, they had huge car payments because we financed the entire thing. My wedding ring, we financed the entire thing. Even though I posted about how thankful I was for It Works for those things, they were all financed. So I don't know where our money went because when you're used to living on almost nothing. Like I'm not kidding when I tell you when Chad first got into the military, it was like we would have $50 after the bills came out to last us until the next paycheck. So like a week and a half, we had $50. That's like groceries, gas, everything within that $50. So going from that to then making like $8,000 a month, we're not good with money when we just like come into a bunch of money and then we just want to spend it, you know? So I wish I had some type of service like this. We did end up doing the envelope system with Dave Ramsey, but I wish I had some type of advisor when it came to finances, because my upline, she never said like buy this, and this, but it would be like, imagine if you could get a new mom car, you know, and then you can think the business. Imagine all of those people that wish they had mom cars like that, you know, like they're living with the bare minimum and now they're seeing all these nice things that you're buying. Imagine what they're going to want to do. They're going to want to join you. So I never had that, I don't know, motherly advice. That's not the right word, but I never had an influence that was like making more than me, that was really good with their money, that could help me distribute my money to where I didn't like run out when my paycheck wasn't the same as it was the previous month. Part of me also has to believe though that they likely have this consult with you where they help you distribute your money, pay off debt, increase your credit score, that sort of thing. But their motive behind it is to give you like a game plan to like what rank you need to be at in order for XYZ to happen, to pay off X amount of debt or whatever. So there's probably something underlying there, but I just haven't figured out quite what it is yet.
For being in Q. Here you go. So when I met with our coach, I was very nervous. I probably had very sweaty palms. I actually put it off for far too long. I was embarrassed. I did not want her to see how bad our situation really was, because it was pretty shameful. But let me tell you, I left that first meeting feeling like a weight, a physical weight, because it does become almost physical, was lifted off my chest. I left feeling so encouraged, so excited that there was now a plan in place, that we were going to get out of this mess and we were going to be okay. And I had that reassurance from her that we were going to be okay. We had a plan now. I highly encourage you, if you don't do a dang thing in this business, please meet with a coach and help them set you up for success. Now we have life insurance policies in place. We have an LLC and an S Corp and a SEP IRA, like all of these things that I don't even know what half of them mean. I just know that we are set up and we are secure. Our credit score has jumped like 200 to 300 points since then. We have a lot of money in savings. If you're making
$160,000 a month, I would hope that you have a crap ton in savings.
Obviously paid off all of our debt. Earlier today, Jake mentioned that the 6-figure club in Q doesn't mean that you've made 6 figures. It means that you have 6 figures in savings. That's the goal that everyone comes in trying to be a part of. We just do things a little bit differently here. So I encourage you to take advantage of this. You guys, you can join tonight and you can set up a meeting. All you have to do is email them. It's ffm@qsciences.com. You just say, hey, I'm new. I want to meet with the coach, and then they'll take care of you. And it's probably one of the best things that you can do. Really quickly, this picture right here. This is Sarah Spencer on the left. She is Jake Spencer's wife, and she is the head of the FFM. This is her baby. This is her passion. And she runs the team of coaches. They're third party. It's not QSciences employees. They're third party coaches. They're certified. And at every convention, she asks people who have had a life change because of the FFM to come and write on this poster board. And on one side, they write where they started, you know, the dark, icky place that they were in. And then on the other side, they write where they are now. So people come up on stage and they hold up the bad, and then they flip it over. And it's like the whole crowd, like it's goosebumps and tears to see these kinds of transformations. And these are the things that aren't talked about in our industry that need to be.
No, they're very talked about in the industry. It may not be in the context of like a financial advisor or that sort of thing, but that's all that conferences focus on are success stories, inspirational stories, people that came from nothing and now have everything because they want to instill that false hope into the thousands upon thousands of people in the crowd who are making virtually nothing.
And I'm just, again, so thankful that we do things differently here in that way. All right. So let's talk about how to make some money. There are right now six ways to earn. In our compensation plan, I just want to warn you, you're going to think that it's very generous. Like how do we do this? How do we pay this out? I want you to know first, the industry standard of compensation plans only pays out around 32%. So out of all of the revenue that comes into the company in a month, usually only 32% gets paid back into the field. Our comp plan pays back out 46 to 50%, which is incredible. You'll think it's generous, but if you ask Jake Spencer, who wrote our comp plan, he'll tell you that it's actually just fair and you deserve to be paid what's fair. And we're just not used to seeing a fair comp plan.
So I'm curious about that, and I'm going to ask my QSciences friend when I talk to her. But she said that they pay out like 46%, I think it was, somewhere along those lines. But when I was watching the video that my friend made about QSciences and like debunking basically some of the stuff that's been said about it, she said that if someone signs up and they bring in like 50,000 in volume in their first month, which is highly unlikely, but hypothetically speaking, if someone brought in 50,000 in volume, their paycheck would be about $8,000. Let me see here. So 46% of $50,000 would be $23,000. So that doesn't really add up to me, the fact that they pay out 40-some percent if their paycheck's going to be $8,000, but they brought in $50,000 in volume. Not to mention that the volume amount is typically, and I don't know if this is the same with QScience, but typically in MLMs, the volume amount is lower than the dollar amount. So the distributors are getting less credit than the amount that their customer is paying. So that would be even less of a percentage that they're getting paid. So I don't know who comes up with this math or how it's mathin', but it just ain't mathin' in my brain.
Right now, there are customer commissions. You can earn a rank based on your customer sales. You can earn rank bonuses based on your customer sales. So that is getting paid 3 different ways for doing the exact same thing.
This I want to touch on because I know that we've all seen the It Works distributors who just joined QSciences promote after promote after promote, like days after one another, just promoting nonstop. I received a screenshot of someone, they were like scrolling through their computer on their Instagram story, and on their computer it said that this person was this rank and then their customer rank was no rank, like they just had 0 rank. And I was like, surely that doesn't mean that they have 0 customers and that they've reached that rank solely by recruiting, because that would mean that it's a pyramid scheme, right? So surely that's not what it means. However, my assistant did a little bit of digging with a QSciences rep that she may or may not be interested in joining with, and that's exactly what it means. If it says that they're this rank, this rank, this rank, that's because they're bringing in so many distributors with them who are spending money. 0 customers. And I know for like the top girl who went to QSciences that, you know, was the first one to leave, she was like, I don't know, 7 ranks in or something like that. And then her customer rank was at like the 2nd rank of the company. I don't understand how this couldn't be a pyramid scheme.
You sell products and you get paid 3 different ways for doing that one thing. You earn a set pay based on what your team does. So when you bring in business partners from all over the world, you get to earn on what all of them do, no matter where they're at, no matter how deep in your organization they are, which I'll get to.
Honestly, like looking at this compensation plan and listening to her talk about it, I understand why the It Works girls left. So within It Works, you had to have certain people in certain boxes at certain volume amounts in order to promote. You could not promote unless people in your downline were promoting, which in turn resulted in you doing the work for so many people, them getting a free paycheck, but then your team just crumbling because those people aren't actually working, and it's not sustainable to continue filling those boxes with distributors in volume over time. With QScience, they get paid on infinite levels. So with It Works, you got paid, like if you were the first rank, you got paid on the first 2 levels. If you were the 2nd rank, you got paid on the first 4, something along those lines, up until level like 8, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I'm not positive, but something along those lines, right? So you wanted to build wide because you had to have 3 or 4 legs in order to promote. So you wanted to build across this way. But then you also had to build deep, because if people weren't promoting underneath of you, then their people would be the ones you would have to use in order to promote. But you only got paid on a certain level, So if your distributor that you put up here that you thought was going to kill it and you thought was going to promote, but they're not doing anything anymore and they're just kind of like coasting, but then like someone in their downline promotes, you can use that promotion down here to promote. But if it's below the level that you're qualified to get paid on, you don't get paid on any of that volume. So they kind of forced you to build deep, but they only paid to a certain level. So I understand why these It Works girls would go to this company when there's no charting. There, you can build however deep you want to. You don't have to build across. You can literally just one right after another. There's no like structure that you have to do. There's no like this person has to promote before I promote. That is a very huge selling point with their compensation plan. Also, the fact that they have a set pay. At X rank, you get paid this much no matter what. Everything additional is bonuses based on your team sales, your personal sales, whatever. But with It Works, it was like we had the income disclosure statement or the income disclosure chart that had the average pay for each rank, but the average pays were never what they stated they would be. And so every time paychecks would roll around, it would be like, okay, I'm just waiting by my phone, waiting to get mad distributors in my text messages because I know that they're expecting what's on the income disclosure statement and it's going to be far less than that. So I get it. I get why they left. I don't think it was ethical, but I get it.
When you promote on that side, you obviously get bonuses. And then not only do we have the financial freedom movement, but there is a bonus. The bonus does not go in your pocket. The bonus goes towards the debt or the retirement plan of your choice. So once you reach either 2,000 in customer volume or you reach elite on the team building side, which is 4,500 in team sales, you will start to earn $100 a month that can go towards your student loans or your car payment.
I think that's really cool how they just put the money straight to the debt, because if it's in my hands, it'll be gone. But what if you don't have any debt? What if you don't have anything? Like you have to put it into a retirement fund. Like you can't just get your money if you are rolling in the dough and you have nothing to pay off. I don't know.
Or your mortgage, the principal of your mortgage, or a credit card, whatever. If you have no debt, it can go towards a 401k, an IRA, whatever you want. In the company, they pay it directly to that for you. It never gets put in your pocket. It gets sent there straight, which is pretty special. So it starts at $100 a month, and then all the way up to gold, then it's all the way up to $400 a month. And then if you promote...
So in the chat, I said this because of specifically who's on here. 18-year-old likes to make TJ Maxx part of her brand. She likes to do TJ Maxx hauls and like talk about how she's just obsessed with TJ Maxx, and people know her because of her TJ Maxx hauls and stuff like that. So I said in the chat, that's amazing, because if it was in my hands, it would be in TJ Maxx hands. I wanted to see if she reacted, but I don't think she did.
Gold, you still get $400 every single month towards the debt or retirement of your choice. So this is the comp plan. I'm just going to kind of break it down pretty simply. Box 1, this is your customer volume. So these are your personal customers. They go to your website, your e-commerce online store, and they buy products from you. Let's say, so I talked a lot about the Q Core. I love the Core. Core is worth 100 PV, okay?
Okay, so let's keep that in mind, because on the website it says the Core is $175 and they're getting 100 PV for it. So they're getting 100 in volume credit for it. So as I was saying earlier, if someone brings in 50,000 BV a month in sales and they're getting paid $8,000, that 50,000 a month in sales is probably closer to $100,000 in sales, and they're getting $8,000 for it.
So let's say you sell 6 bags of Core. Your mom, your sister, your neighbor, cousin, whatever, everybody needs Core. So you sell 6 bags of it. That puts you in this second bracket or you'll earn 15% commission on the 600. Okay, so that's the first way that you earn on selling those. Now in box 2, if you look at this column, if 6 bags of Q Core is worth 600 in volume, then right here, that just made you hit the second rank on the customer side. So now you're getting another $100. You can see it's a set pay of $100. So now you're getting that. If you do that in your first full month, so if you guys are joining us in December, you have until the end of January to get your fast start bonuses, which is amazing. If you hit Builder Pro Executive, the first 3 ranks in that time period, you're going to get these fast start bonuses. So for selling the 6 bags of core before the end of January, you're earning 15%, $100 here, and $100 for Builder and $100 for Pro. That's $300 plus the 15%, whatever that is. Okay. That's how you earn on the customer side. 3 different ways for doing one thing. Now down here on box 4, this is building a team. This is finding people, business partners who want to do this with you. Right here, the PV is what you need to be qualified. So your own order, or you can get qualified by a customer order.
Okay, so I want to point out that in order to be qualified, so in order to receive commissions, I would assume, you have to have 100 PV, or once you get to a certain rank, you have to have 200 PV. If we remember, the core is $175 and it's worth 100 PV. So that means you would be paying, let's see, $175, $350. Is that the math right? I'm going to be real embarrassed if it's not. $350 a month in order to get qualified. And like she said, you can use that, like you can use customers for that. But like I also mentioned, the people who are promoting with It Works are at 0 rank in customers. They have no rank in customers, which means they're below. Wait a second. In order to qualify for ranks, you have to have 300 in customer volume. Okay, so for the base rank Builder, you have to have 300 in customer volume plus 100 PV, personal volume. So how can that be customer, like how can you use customers towards your personal volume if you have to have 300 customer volume and 100 personal volume? They're 2 separate things. I'm going to need some clarification. Anyways, the people who are promoting with It Works have 0 rank for customer rank. That means that their personal volume is from them. Like they are paying that amount in order to remain active at that rank.
The second box is PA. That stands for Personal Ambassadors. Through the entire compensation plan on this side, all you ever need is 2 people.
Okay, so I want to point out in the chat, somebody just said, debt collectors just called today and I had to ignore the call. Seriously, so excited for this. These poor people, they're so desperate. They're desperate. And people in MLMs, they know to prey on people who are desperate, because the people who are desperate are going to be the ones that are going to be willing to do anything to change their situation.
I'm telling you right now, your job, if you want to earn on this, you need to go find 2 people. 2 people who join you personally. They go to your website and they enroll with you. Then you unlock the compensation plan that way. So for Builder, that's 300 in volume on your team. That can be 3 bags of core, or it can be 2 people coming in with 150 PV each. Boom, that's the first rank. When you hit a rank on this side, we have set pay. There is no averages. There's no guessing. This is actually unheard of and one of my favorite parts about this comp plan. So that
in the chat, I just said, yikes, my last company required like 150 or something, all in specific boxes. I wanted to like note the point that I know all these people on this call are from It Works, so they know that, but I wanted to like make that connection with them. The fact that like our last company required everything to be in specific boxes, and there was 100% chance that there was going to be error.
Know exactly what to expect. There's no embellishing. There's no going, is it going to be this or that? You don't know. You know exactly what it's going to be. So what this looks like, let's go down to silver. So first, Builder through bronze, the first 5 ranks, you guys, you only need 2 legs. You only need to build down 2 legs. After bronze, in order to reach silver, you need to have 3 legs. 1, 2, 3. You're never going to build more than 3. 3 is the max. It wouldn't even benefit you to build 4, 5, 6. Okay. The reason is because we build depth. You might not know this, but when you build width in a comp plan, you build wealth for the owners. When you build depth in a comp plan, you build wealth for the fields. The other thing that I've learned.
Okay, I'm gonna also have to ask her about this because I went to creep on the girl who initially left to see what rank she was at in order to compare on here and like kind of guesstimate how much money. Man, my dry shampoo is wild in today. I look like I have gray hair. I ran out of like the tinted stuff, and so I'm using just like the regular powder stuff, and we struggling over here. But you know what? Showers are overrated. Anyways, I went to go look at what her rank was so I could do the math, and I saw that she posted something about somebody on her team promoting or something like that. And if I zoom in, it says PV 206. So personal volume 206. So they probably bought 200 BV worth of product, right? Well, then if you look over at customer volume, it says 0 in customer volume, and then you go to overall volume and it's 10,933, which leads me to believe, like my interpretation of that would be that the 10,933 is coming from distributors only because the customer volume is 0. Anyways, let's move on.
Is that the way a compensation plan is written determines the behavior of the fields, okay? So what that means is in our compensation plan, 100 PV on your top line, your first top 3 spots, okay? 100 PV there is worth the exact same amount of PV as an order 50,000 levels deep. It doesn't matter. It's the same value no matter where it's at. And what this does is it allows you to work wherever you want to and work with the correct groups. One thing that I found in my previous company is there could have been amazing people on my team, but they were so deep that it wouldn't have benefited me to work with them. And so, do you see?
That is a very valid point. As I was explaining to you guys earlier, the lower you go in your organization, one, you can't even get paid on some lower levels depending on what rank you're at, but also the lower you go, the less percentage you get paid on that level with It Works. In this company, they're saying that like you make the same amount on everyone no matter how deep they are in your organization. I am just not having my hair today. Look at the difference. Look at the gray versus what am I doing, you guys? What am I doing? Anyways, that's a huge perk to this comp plan. And I will say that like this is probably the best comp plan I've seen of all the MLMs. I still don't stand for the business structure. I still don't stand for the manipulation tactics. I still don't stand for any of that. But I will say that there was a certain person within the anti-MLM community. I don't know if she considered herself anti-MLM or not, but she like had some relationships with people who were anti-MLM. I happen to really like her. And I know that at one point she joined QSciences again. And just by looking at the comp plan, I can see why someone would go to QSciences over other MLMs if they were considering going to an MLM.
That creates not a great behavior. Another thing that I am aware of is how icky it can be if you're depending on someone else to hit their rank. Otherwise, you can't hit your rank.
I 100% agree with that. I think that part of the large problem within MLMs is the fact that you're relying on people underneath of you in order for you to reach your rank or in order for you to support your family. Like for a paycheck, you're relying on the people underneath of you. What she's saying is you don't have to worry about other people promoting on your team in order for you to promote. Like you can build wherever you want. Nobody else has to promote and you can still promote. However, given the fact that it's stacked the way that it is, you still have to rely on people underneath of you to work in order to promote. Even if it's just 100% volume based, you're going to resent the people underneath of you who you brought in and thought were going to kill it and then end up doing nothing. Or the people who say that they want it so bad and then they're not working as hard as you expect them or thought that they would work. You're going to resent those people because it's affecting your paycheck. Like regardless of whether they have to promote or not, they have to enroll in order for your volume to exponentially grow, which is what ultimately ends up being toxic within the industry.
That's a behavior pattern that is not good. And so here it's completely volume based. Volume is volume is volume. It's completely dependent on that not on what anyone else does. It takes the pressure off and again creates the correct behaviors. So when you reach golds and you have an organizational volume, overall volume of 50,000, okay, that includes your ambassadors, all of their ambassadors, all of their customers, okay, not, see, your personal customers are up here, but all of your team's customers is in this number. And anybody who is placed under you, that all counts for your OV.
Okay, so I asked in the chat, and of course they're not acknowledging the chat now, even though 18-year-old is in there commenting back and forth with people and commenting on whatever she's talking about. Aside from that, they're not engaging in any of the questions in the chat, which is interesting to me because this was a Zoom to answer all of your questions that you have, right? So I asked in the chat, are the commission values in box 4 on top of the customer commission values in boxes 1 through 3. So I was trying to ask if that guaranteed amount of income is on top of the first 3 boxes, or if the guaranteed amount is taking into account the stuff you earned on the first 3. I feel like that's a valid question because it could be a difference of, like, let's see, if you were at silver. So silver has a guaranteed income of $4,000. So it could be a difference of $4,000. And then let's see, so it would be a difference of like $4,000 for the guaranteed income. And then if you take into account those other boxes 1 through 3, it would be an additional over $8,000 that you'd be getting paid. So I feel like asking, is it on top of or included with that was a valid question. But of course, they're not going to answer it.
Let's say you get that OV of every order on every level to 50,000, you're guaranteed $8,000. That is the set pay for golds, okay? It's pretty incredible. Next is the rank bonuses. We obviously want you to get Builder Pro and Executive in your fast start window, which is the end of January. And then box 6 is the FFN bonus. So Elite to Crown Diamond, $100, $200, $300, $400 a month towards the debt or retirement plan of your choice. If you guys have questions about the comp plan, you can reach out to me. I would love to continue to explain it so you really understand it. I also have a 9-minute video that I made that explains it. I feel pretty good. The only thing that's missing in that video is this box 3 right here, because this right here is a newer enhancement since I made that video. But I've never seen a comp plan like this that pays out so generously. One quick fun fact that I love about this also is the majority of the money that is paid back out to the field goes to our first 5 ranks, Builder through Bronze, because I know how important it is to get those people paid and to get those people making money.
Yeah, that would make sense because there's an exponentially larger, that's probably not even the right word, a much larger number, 98% of people are at those lower ranks. So I would hope that more money is being paid out to those levels because it's dispersed more. There's more people in those lower levels, like a lot more people. So I would hope that the majority of the money is going to those people because there's only a few at the top that are making like the $160,000 a month. So that would make sense.
So many comp plans are so heavy on this half, just the top leaders making all the money. And trust me, we are well taken care of, but these people are also very well taken care of, and that's what matters. Okay, right now we have Christmas cash bonuses. This is really important, so listen up. In order to be able to take advantage of all of this extra money, you have to enroll in December. Okay, if you enroll in December, you have until the end of January to hit these ranks and get these bonuses, but you have to enroll in December. People who enroll with us in January, they will have until the end of February to hit their bonuses, but they will not have access to these. So really important that we're all on the same page about this. You have to enroll in December to get these, but you still have until the end of January to hit it. So what that looks like is normally when someone hits executive, which is that 3rd rank in the fast start window, normally when they hit executive in their time period, it's a total of $750, which is a lot of money for a brand new person. I love that we can pay that out to brand new people. With Christmas cash, it's $1,005, not $750. So that is your goal. That is my goal for you minimum, is to hit executive that quickly, okay? Then once you've claimed your Builder Pro Executive Christmas cash, If you go beyond that and hit elite, bronze, silver, gold, or whatever you hit by the end of January, you get whatever the highest rank that you hit of Christmas cash. So Builder Pro Executive is guaranteed. You get all three. And then whatever rank you hit after that, you get the highest payout. The other thing that I love with Christmas cash is the sponsor bonus. So when you help someone on your team, someone that you have personally enrolled, hit these ranks, you're going to get a bonus as their sponsor for helping them hit it. And that's unlimited.
So I asked in the chat, just so you guys know, like, what the loud typing is. I asked, is it paid out at once? Because, you know, with It Works, it's paid out over time, and the majority of people don't earn the entire bonus.
Pop out 100 executives, and you're going to get those bonuses every single time, as long as it's hit by the end of January and they have enrolled in December. Okay, so to become an ambassador, you guys, it's $99 a year. Actually, there's two different options. I need to update this. There's two different options. There's a $39 enrollment and a $99 enrollment. The $99 enrollment includes all of this you see right here. We have no monthly website fees. It's just complete upfront with this cost, okay? It comes with the ARC business app, which is technology that we own. It's not a third party. It has on one end all of the business tools you need, all of the numbers, all of the reports, everything you need on that side. And then it has all the info you need, all of the product info sheets. I am not a product expert, and I never will be, and I never want you to be either. Refer to third party, refer to the sheets, and you can send them directly from your app. It is simple. You never want to be the expert, okay? So it comes with that. It comes with the MyQFit app that I'll talk to you about in a second. You get free shipping on your subscription for an entire year, which is huge. And then obviously your website. The $39 enrollment has all of this except for the free shipping. So those are the two options. And then you order your products in addition to that. But I have some good news. Before I go to the next slide, this just goes to show you the partnership that we have with corporate that I have.
That took me a minute to process. So she said this is like the base thing. You don't get products with this. You order your products in addition to. So I wonder if there's a requirement for what you have to order in products when you first join. I should be writing these questions down for my QSciences friend.
Talked so heavily about tonight. And I'm sorry that I'm going so long. I just looked at the time. I just want you to have all the information. Our corporate partners, our VP of Business Development and our president specifically, have partnered with this team, okay? They got to meet some of these leaders, and they're like, you know what? There's a couple different ways we're going to come alongside you and partner with you. First of all, one of those ways is convention. If you're, a lot of you guys are coming from the same company, and your conference that you might already have a ticket to is the week before our convention in Salt Lake City. And they're like, there's no way we're going to on these families and ask them to buy another ticket. So if you already have a ticket to your conference, just send a screenshot to your leader. They're going to make a list, and you're going to be able to come to our convention for free. We're just going to waive the ticket fee for you because we want you there. The biggest thing to do is just to kind of change your travel plans to come to Salt Lake City instead.
So are you going to compensate them for that? Like you're compensating these top leaders for moving over there? The answer is no. I'm curious how much their conference ticket costs in comparison to It Works conference ticket.
But you do not have to pay for another ticket, just so you know. The next way is your enrollment. So look at this. There is an enrollment promo just for this team until December 23rd. So it's not through the end of the month. It's just until December 23rd. You can choose whichever enrollment you want, $39 or $99. As long as you enroll with 150 PV in product and you set up your subscription for January with at least 100 PV in product, you're going to get your enrollment fee reimbursed next Friday. It will come back to you kind of like a bonus, but you will get either the $39 or $99 back.
I have a couple things to say about this. Did you notice the stipulation was that you had to buy 150 PV of products, which if the core is 100 and it's $175, imagine how much you have to spend to get 150 PV, right? So you have to buy that much product in order to qualify for this. Also, you have to set up your auto shipment for the following month. Red flag. Where's my red flag? Also, right after this, they went and discounted the kits to $10 a month. Or $10 to join. So like you tricked all these people. Like
This only goes till December 23rd, okay? So you have to sign up now if you want this, this special, whatever.
And then they went and just discounted them to be $10. Sketchy. So sketchy.
And that is not company-wide. That is specific to this team. And so I just encourage you to take advantage of that if you are feeling the nudge to do this.
I feel like by saying this is specific to this team, it's not company-wide, I don't think that's being received how they think that it's being received. I feel like they think that's a flex. Like, wow, you guys are so special that we're only offering this incentive for you and not everyone else. But I think what it's actually doing is it's making them seem shady. Like, if I was in QScience for a couple years and they're offering this to this specific team's new people, but they're not offering it to my new people, I would be pissed. That's not fair. And as an It Worksian, they have to be so pissed that they're offering this specifically to the It Works leaders teams. Like, they're incentivizing specifically It Works distributors. I don't know how it's legal, but I mean, apparently it is.
Okay, I'm going to try to wrap up quickly. We have everything we need already in place to help you retain your customers. You as an ambassador and your preferred customers, when your subscription runs, you earn rewards points. So it's points back. It's a percentage of what your subscription is that accumulates over time that you can turn in for free products. They have their own login. They have their own back office situation. They can manage their own orders. We have customer service lines for them. We have a live chat option. We have I believe it's a 60-day money back guarantee. So there's no risk for them. And they also get wholesale pricing. So for your customers, people can order retail, which I don't recommend. It's full price and there's no perks, not a great deal. But preferred customers, they pay $10 for the whole year, and then they get the same pricing as us. There's no need to enroll somebody as an ambassador unless they want to do the business. If they just want products, that's great. We can set them up. They can be a very happy preferred customer. This is the MyQFit app. This is just a little bit more intrinsic value for you guys.
So I asked in the chat, do they have to be on an auto shipment? Because I felt like for $10 a year that there had to be some sort of stipulation with, like, if they turn their auto shipment off, then they have to repay the $10 or something along those lines. But they don't answer it, of course.
Kimball and Stacey Jensen, they are the head coaches of this. This app is free to you. It's free to you as an ambassador, and it's actually also free to your preferred customers as long as they have an active subscription. There's no minimum amount that it has to be, but as long as they have an active subscription that they are ordering every month, they get this app for free. There is every workout you can imagine. You can track your macros. There are meal plans. There's nutritionists. There's community. There's challenges. You can message with the coaches. They're not robots. If you want to, you can actually do a free 10-day trial of the app. You just go to myqfit.com and you can do a 10-day trial. So again, speaking of more intrinsic value that we...
So I asked in the chat, I basically asked what I just said to you guys. If they don't order 1 month, do they have to pay the $10 again?
Are able to offer you guys. This is legit. Okay, the reason that I'm so confident in speaking to you and telling you about what we have is because we have simple systems and they work. You're not having to come in here and reinvent the wheel and throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. We have it figured out, and we all do the same thing company-wide. It might look a little bit different here and there, but we all do the same thing. And we will launch you and we will teach you our systems once you join us within the first 24 to 48 hours. So the group that started with us yesterday, we launched them today. Everyone that has joined us today, we're going to launch you tomorrow. We get you rocking and rolling and get you earning your first paycheck. Because one thing that I hadn't mentioned is that we get paid every single Friday. So our goal is to help you earn your investment back by next Friday. Okay, in closing, I want you to know how different our culture is here. It's actually kind of funny. You'll hear people say all the time, it's different here. You'll see hashtags like it's different. And it's funny, not funny, that our convention name is Discover the Difference. It's so fitting because we're going to allow so many of you to come in and discover the difference and discover why Q is different. You know, some of the differences is the fact that we have councils. We have councils that work directly with corporate. They are a voice from the field. We have 2 councils. One of them is our equity council that a lot of you, several of you on this call, are going to be on, mark my words, in the next few months.
So I asked in the chat while I'm like trying to search it on my phone and cannot find it anywhere. I asked in the chat when convention is.
It's going to happen. I just want to touch quickly on our 5 Fs. Faith, family, friends, fitness, and finances.
If you are with It Works or have ever been with It Works, I guess, you understand why I find that so funny, because those were also the Fs in It Works. I don't know if it's an MLM thing. Do other companies also have those same Fs? Because same.
This is the foundation of who we are. It's not something we say. It's something that we walk and that we live out. First and foremost, your faith and your family come first. Nothing in Q is ever more important than those 2 things.
My assumption is that how they're going to use that against you is like, if you're not working hard enough, then you are not putting your family first. Like, your family comes first in the sense that you have to work hard in order to provide for your family, not in the sense that you can miss team Zooms, you can miss convention if something is happening with your family.
If you can't take Sunday off, you can't take a day off, then you might need to reevaluate your business. So that's something that you're going to hear a lot about. Being in Q is our 5 Fs. Okay, this has gone so long. So you guys, at the end of the day, this was a smart business move for me. It made sense. Our products are consumable. They need to be taken every day to feel your best and ordered every single month. We're never going to claim to heal, treat, cure, diagnose anything, but our products are going to make you feel really good.
That's really funny because the guy who has like negative stuff associated, I just can't stop staring at my hair. Can't believe you guys let me go out like this. The guy who was not associated with good things, the guy who founded the company with this other guy, he has a lawsuit against him or he did. I don't know like the resolution of the lawsuit, but he had a lawsuit against him for making false medical claims and claiming that stuff cured like schizophrenia or something along those lines. And then like something happened with someone who stopped their medication and shouldn't have, because they claimed that they could use this other product in place of their medication. And then that person who had a severe mental diagnosis like schizophrenia went and did something that was really, really bad. So
the compensation plan, it's competitive, it's aggressive. I've never seen anything like it. If you have seen anything like it, send it my way. I'd love to look at it. Our market is unsaturated. If you go talk to your neighbor or your friends, I guarantee you they've probably never heard of Q. And that is a huge timing play that we get to be a part of to bring Q to people and make it become a household name. That's where we're going.
So funny, because that's what It Works said too. They would say like that they're not a household name, but they're on their way there and they want to become a household name. Must be an MLM thing.
There are many tax benefits to owning your own business. So I want to wrap this up because it is getting late, but I want to thank you guys for your time.
That's all she's going to say on that? Tell us the tax benefits, babe. I bet you're not going to mention, one thing I bet you're not going to mention is the fact that taxes aren't taken out and you end up paying money back most times. Unless you're scamming the system, of course. Or unless your husband makes a crap ton of money that like balances it out, you're likely going to be paying taxes at the end of the year or at the first of the year when you do your taxes, if you're in an MLM. So I'm curious what these tax benefits are.
I want to thank you for your openness and your willingness to get on here and listen and take a look. These calls are not always going to be this long, I promise you. I just want to give you guys extra information in these beginning stages, but I will condense this in the future. Do you have anything else before we get off?
No, I'm thankful for you guys. I'm really excited with all this information. I know it's a lot. Sorry, dogs. I know it's a lot, and I know that it's a lot of information, and I know that it's a big decision for those of you, and all of you are in different places. And I'm thankful for you guys showing up to this and listening and giving a thought.
In the chat, I want to note these statements/questions. One girl said there were a lot of questions in the chat. Like, AKA, why don't you look at the chat and answer people's questions? Because we probably all have the same questions. Someone else said, what percentage is taken out for taxes? Is it the 30% self-employment tax come tax time? She didn't address that. That's for a reason.
Questions, reach out. But I hope that you have a really, really good night, you guys. Bye, friends.
Good night.
All right, guys, so that's going to wrap up the QSciences opportunity Zoom that I crashed. You guys know I obviously don't stand for MLMs, the predatory practices, the manipulation tactics, that sort of thing. But I will say that this compensation plan, like just the compensation plan, the environment, the everything like that is still as toxic as ever. But the compensation plan, I would say, is probably the best compensation plan of the industry. I hate that I'm going to like fill their heads with that. But I will say that I do think that this compensation plan pays out more than any other compensation plan in the industry. Now, of course, there probably are like little fine print details that they're not giving us, because I know that It Works tries to make their compensation plan seem crazy, awesome, good on these types of opportunity Zooms when there are fine print details that they're leaving out that aren't so good. So I know there's like room for that, but all in all, I think that it is a better compensation plan than most of the compensation plans out there. And I hate saying that. It kills me to say that. But that does not negate the fact that they're still using the same predatory practices, that it's just as toxic by stacking everyone on top of one another. Like, it breeds all of the same behaviors that every other MLM does. It just pays out more. One thing I will note about QSciences is I could not find an income disclosure chart anywhere, and I can only assume that to be because they have the guaranteed incomes at each rank. But I personally would like to know how many people are at each rank earning that income, because I feel like that's pretty important, you know? Anyways, let me know down below what you guys thought of this Zoom. I do have a Melaleuca training thing coming up. Basically, I talked to you guys about it before, but proving that Melaleuca operates as an MLM, even if they claim that they aren't one. I have a lot of content for that coming up. I also have the It Works CEO update coming up. I'm not sure if you're going to see that one first or this one first, but that's also coming up, as well as basically like an update with the distributors who left. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like just combine those two videos together or how that's gonna go, but I want to give an update about like the ranks of the people who left and the number of people and just like how that is all going. And I have a little bit of tea to share there. So definitely come back for more. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the post notification bell if you'd like to be notified every time that I post. If you'd like to join my Facebook group, it's called The Light at the End of the Pyramid. And as always, if you'd like to follow me on all social media platforms, you can find me at the Jessica Hickson. Once again, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!